Hello, everybody. This is Spotlight number 9. Spotlight is the weekly show of the Paris Art and Movie Awards, and we have one guest at a time. And the guest can be an actor, a director, distribution company, anybody who is able to talk with us about the movie industry and to share cool, interesting experiences about it. My guest today is going to be Nicole Evans. We've been in touch with her at the Paris Art and Movie Awards because she had a couple films in the festival in the programmation over the past years, and we're going to discuss that in just a minute. The last film she had at the Paris Art and Movie Awards was Human Helper. It was a sci-fi fantasy movie with robots and everything. My guest today is Nicole Evans. How are you doing?
Great. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very good. Very happy to talk to you. It's been a while. We didn't talk, so I'm very happy we get to do this.
Oh, me
This
too.
is going to be
Thanks
fun.
for having me.
So I was just saying, you have a history with the festival, the Paris Art and Movie Awards, because a couple of of films you've been working on have screened at the PAMA, and the last one was Human Helper, and it was part of the Easterseals Disability Film Challenge. Can you explain to us a little bit what is this challenge?
Yeah, sure. So the Easterseals Disability Film Challenge is like a 3-day film festival. So you have to conceive, make, and edit your project within 3 days. It's incredible. And it's with the Easterseals Disability Film Challenge. They are it's essentially a platform for artists with disabilities to make their films and showcase them. So I worked with Shayna Garaya. She directed and wrote the film and edited it. And yeah, it was a sci-fi short about the distant future, not so distant future.
Not so distant.
Yeah, and how how there's human helpers like robots, AIs that are supposed to help the humans, but there was a problem with my robots is that it didn't recognize that I was a person with a disability, and I was like lower to the ground. I'm a small petite person, and she couldn't see me. So the whole plot of the short is that my character is a scientist, and I'm trying to design the robot to make sure that she sees and understands disability.
So that's one of the main topic we're going to have today. That movie is a lot about inclusion and how disabled people are seen by the society and how they are treated, and the long way we still have to go to make it just normal. Correct?
Yeah. I mean, I think we've made great strides in the entertainment industry with disability. Oh my gosh, I see my.
You're big now. You're big now.
But I think we've made great strides with disability inclusion in the entertainment industry. We've come a long way. We do have a lot of work to do still, but yeah. I think it's important that we celebrate how far we've come.
Yeah. When you have a role, whatever the role is, because you are a working actress, you have a lot of credits, you work all the time, you never let go, you keep working all the time.
Oh my God, I love it. Keep saying it. Keep saying that.
Yeah. That's true. If you check, we're gonna give your Instagram account after that, because I invite people to follow you on Instagram, because a lot of people talk a lot. Oh, I would love to do this. I would love to do that. Oh, how do I do casting? And they complain a lot. And when I watch your social medias, a lot is happening and you just do things. And I really appreciate that. That's why I'm saying it, because it's true.
Oh, thank you. I hope it keeps rolling.
I'm going to try to keep the ball rolling. Yeah. My question is, whatever the role you have, do you have any specific process as an actress to dive into it? How do you prep for a role?
You know, it's like the same exact way, but it's different every time too. You know, I think whenever I have a project that I'm on or I got hired for, first things first, I always look at who wrote it, what's the tone of the project, who's directing it, what other actors are in it, so you really it's important to me to understand the tone of the show so I can make sure that my performance matches that world.
I love that. I'm gonna follow up on that right away. The tone of the project, because I'm gonna take an example. You can have a script that's a comedy, but the comedy can be goofy. It can be edgy. It can be very different kind of stuff. So the tone of the film can matter a lot. How do you get that through a script?
Like I said, researching the writers, see what their past projects have been. Just you watch them, what they've like. Example, if you're auditioning to be on a series, watch the other episodes in that show to understand the way it is, the tone, the feeling of it. Research what other projects the writers have written, what other projects the directors have directed, and that's pretty much how I do it. And
Do
then,
you work
sorry, go
for the
ahead.
lines, for example? Do you have someone to work the lines with you? Do you work in? I'm not an actor. Do you work in front of a mirror? Do you tape yourself?
Oh my God,
I
it's
don't
kind of
know.
a little bit of everything. So, after
Okay.
I do all the research on the tone of the show, I read the script, break it down, see what the scene is about or what the episode is about or the short is about, or, make sure you know what it's about. And then you kind of, from there, I just kind of work the lines. Getting the lines in my brain is very important to me, because once I feel I have things committed to memory backwards and forwards, I feel like I can play in the part a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't have to worry about what my next line is because I know it so well.
So you're talking about being comfortable
Right.
with the material, knowing the material enough to be able to deal with it on the spot. Do you know the line by heart? I mean, solid, or do you keep room for improvisation if the director allows you to?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the project. Some people would like things word perfect, and I totally understand that. And then there's other projects where they want a little more play, But still, for me, when I have the material that I'm given, I make sure I have that committed to memory 100%. So then I feel like there's freedom within that to play if I'm given the go ahead to improv a little bit, because I understand and know the structure.
I understand. Do you see a difference between acting for TV and acting for movies in the pace of of the production of the show, or in the way you are directed as an actress?
Um, you know, I guess I guess the TV feels like it moves a little quicker.
Hmm.
Uh, and maybe in film that I feel like the pace is a little slower in filming. I don't know. Don't take my answer for 100%. This has just been my experience. But I would say the work is still the same. Knowing the research
Okay.
that I do is still the same for the both projects or both kind of environments.
Let's
And
take an example. For Human Helper, the movie was 5 minutes long. The end product. How many days of shooting did you have for that film,
one,
for that short film?
one.
One day.
Because it was a
Okay.
3-day film festival. So we filmed it, we wrote it, filmed it, and then the last day was for editing.
Okay. And for example, when you are on an episode of Good Trouble, for example, how long are you on set for one scene?
Oh, it depends. I mean, you could be there all day, you could be there half day, you could be there a couple days. It really just depends on what's happening in the episode or in the scene in general and what you're doing.
Let's stay on that show a little bit. Good Trouble. You are recurring guest on the show. You are one of Callie's, one of the people working at Callie's, the office she works at some point in the show. How did you get cast on that show specifically?
Uh, I auditioned for it. The call went out. They were looking to cast the part with a diverse actor or actress, and I auditioned for the part, and I was so blessed to get it. That was pretty much it.
What and then when you arrive on set, because that show is very successful, This is a big show right now. How do you feel when you are on set? Are you focused? Are you having fun? What's happening backstage?
Yeah, I'm just like, so I always just feel so excited because I love what I do. I've always wanted to be an actor since I was a little kid, and being able to do it is just, I feel so blessed. And it's, I just get really excited to say my lines. I get really excited when they call
When it's
action.
your turn.
I just get really excited about being in the environment and working with so many people. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, I enjoy every moment I get to do it. So that's how I feel.
How
And I
is
want to
the
do a plug. Can I do a plug?
Sure.
Uh, the new season of, the new season of Good Trouble starts on February 17th. So make
February 17th. That's in 2 days.
sure it's long
That's
awaited.
gonna be cool. That's amazing. And follow-up question is, you get on an episode of Good Trouble. You happy? It's a big show. You do your job. You have fun. That's cool. And then you don't know what if the script is going to keep your character or not. So at some point, they call you back to return as the same character. Uh, as an actress, how do you feel personally at that specific moment when they call you back and you don't expect it?
Oh, it feels so good because you're like, yes, I get another shot. I get to go work with them again. I get to play this part again. It's just great. It feels so good to know that you have work coming and that you booked another episode and you can do it again, you know.
There's another show that you work on that's very successful. Unfortunately, this is the last season. It's Superstore. That show is very inclusive in the cast. It's very inclusive in the themes it talks about. So, does it make you proud to be part of that cast and that project?
Absolutely. I feel so proud to be a part of a project that's so inclusive. And I just love that they take such important topics like, immigration, Black Lives Matter, maternity leave, and they take these important topics and they make it fun and funny. And it's just, it feels so good to be a part of something like that. That's just really pushing the ball forward of these important topics.
Same question. How is it to work on the same set than Ben Feldman, America Ferrara, and all these people?
Oh, they're amazing. They're so cool and they're so welcoming and fun. And it's just a really great working environment. And I just, it can be a little intimidating to come onto a show where people have been working together for so many years and they've have so much work experience together. But that wasn't the case when I came on to Superstore. They were so welcoming and so excited to have me there. I just instantly felt a part of the family.
And it's another topic is about the film festivals. We met each other because of the Paris Art and Movie Awards, obviously. And the films you've made for the Disability Film Challenge and others, I guess. Do you feel they need festivals to find an audience or to find an echo chamber to get talked about? What is, in your experience, the role and the importance of a film festival?
I feel like film festivals are so important because it's a chance for your work to be seen. It's a chance for you to meet other artists, like-minded folks. It's an opportunity for you to see what other content is being made out there. And I think it's super important. It's part of artistic growth. I think you should submit
It
and
is.
try to get your films seen by as many people as possible and for you to see other work as well.
That's funny because that's an answer I get a couple of times already on that show, that it's important to get your film out, but it's also very important to watch what other people do, so
Yeah.
you can make connections, see who you're close to in terms of maybe if you have a film you like, it's likely you're gonna like the person who did it. I've had that kind of answers.
Yeah.
Did film festivals
And you can learn
play
from,
a role?
sorry, I'm
Yeah.
getting excited talking
Yeah.
about this, But I think it's just important to see what other people are creating and see what
Yeah.
techniques are developing, and understand what other stories people are telling, and to tap into that. It's a great learning opportunity.
It is. It is. Did you ever have the chance to be part of a networking session in a film festival?
Well, when I was a part of the Easterseals Disability Film Challenge, I
Mhm.
met so many people, and other artists with disabilities, which was such a cool experience to meet so many other people and just really expand your network. So I feel like anytime I'm involved in a film festival, I make like 50 new friends.
Me too. Me too. And that's one of the beauty of it. Let me ask you a straightforward question. Um, do you feel, as a disabled person yourself, do you feel that, and that's a real genuine question, do you feel you have less opportunities than other actresses, or do you feel you have maybe different opportunities or more opportunities in a certain way?
I feel that there was a time where I felt like I had less opportunities, but
Okay.
as I've worked and grown and met so many other people, and the way the industry is shifting, I feel like I have more opportunities, and they are different. I
Okay.
really think that uh, I just feel that for me that there are more opportunities now because of the movement that is happening and the cultural and social awareness that there is about disability inclusion.
Did you see a specific moment when there was a shift, when people started to accept more or to include more people with disabilities?
It kind of feels like it all happened at once for me and on my journey. Uh,
Okay, interesting.
when I think where it really started for me was when I started collaborating with other artists with disabilities. And I'm
Okay.
just gonna feel like my crossroads is when I met Shayna Garaya. I auditioned for her project, a separate project, and I
Mhm.
got the part, and we started working together. And it's just kind of all of a sudden together we heard of these other opportunities like the Easterseals Disability Film Challenge, and then we did that and we won an award, and then it just kind of seemed to all snowball. But I really feel like it started really going forward for me when I was able to connect with other artists with disabilities, and I felt like
Okay.
I was able to tap into that community.
Was it recently or was it years ago? Just to give us like a time frame.
I think that I met Shayna, maybe, I want to say 2017, I think. Don't quote me on the
Okay,
year.
so
I'm on that.
fairly, yeah, fairly recent.
Yeah,
It's recent history.
yeah.
Okay. Another straightforward question, and just tell me if I overstep or if I do things wrong. Um, how do you feel? Is it easy, or does it still feel like you are judged when you try to work with people who don't have disabilities? Do
I
you
don't.
feel there's a gap? And I'm talking about the lack of understanding, because
Mhm,
I'm not disabled,
mhm.
so I don't know some of the things you feel and how it is for you. So, do you feel there is a gap to be understood, or do you feel, in your personal opinion, that it doesn't matter who is the person you're working with?
I've never felt like that in the workplace. I I have been very fortunate enough to work in environments where my voice uh, is respected. If I ever felt that I needed something or I had to explain myself, I feel now at this point that I
Okay.
able to articulate that well. Um, Now, in terms of the world needing more understanding
Yeah,
of people with disabilities, definitely. And I
definitely.
think that's what the disability inclusion movement is all about, because we have to see disability, we have to talk about it, we have to understand it so the world can understand it.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that. Let's talk a little bit more about collaboration. Um, what does it unlock when you work with someone else? How does it make you better? How does it power more creativity?
I love collaborating. I like bouncing ideas off. I like working in an environment where we're just saying things, working, because maybe something that drops on the table that someone says isn't necessarily what we're going to do, but it could lead to a bigger conversation and make something even better. So I work very well in a team environment. I think it's great because some of the best stuff can come out of just riffing with people, throwing out ideas, just pulling things out of the left field. You never know what's going to happen. So definitely collaboration is the way to go, especially in the filmmaking biz.
Yeah, you have to rely on it's a team effort. That's
Yeah.
absolutely. I've seen that you've been doing an internship for the Academy of Motion Pictures and Science.
Yeah.
So that's the academy that do the Oscars,
Yeah.
and the Oscar people. So what was the internship about? And can you tell us a little bit about this experience?
Yeah, it was great. It was a summer-long intensive internship with the Academy Gold program, which is essentially a experiential. I love that word. Program where you learn all facets of the entertainment industry, and it's very hands-on. So all the interns, I think there's about 100 of us, maybe a little more.
Okay.
We each had an internship with different companies that are affiliated with the Academy. So I was lucky to be an intern for the Rudiman Foundation, which is a foundation that advances the lives of people with disabilities in the entertainment industry and beyond. So for me, I wrote blogs about the authentic representation of people with disabilities. And yeah, it was essentially like a summer intensive about everything from the entertainment industry, financing. We learned about animation, marketing, and then we got to be hands-on and film in the back Warner lot. It was so much fun. And all the while, we're all working for these other affiliate companies, So it was insane. It was like the most intense summer of my life.
I bet. Do you feel when you walk in these rooms, in these buildings, and you see the pictures on the wall and you get to hold a statuette, and when you live through these moments, do you feel small or do you feel like you're part of history?
I feel a part of it. I definitely feel like I'm a part of the movement too, like
Okay.
movement of disability and inclusion is a big deal. And I feel like I am a small part of that, but I'm a part of it. And it feels so good. And just going back to when I think maybe you saw that on my Instagram, I got to hold an Oscar when I was doing my internship, and that felt good because I was like, wow, so many people have held this, and hopefully one day I will be able to too,
Your Instagram handle is life is short. So it sounds a lot like a mantra, a life philosophy. I guess you didn't pick that name randomly.
Yeah, that's been kind of my internal slogan and motivator for a very long time now. Because, I feel that life is short. We're here for just a flicker of time. And it's best to just do what makes you happy and do it full tilt, and leave a positive mark on the earth.
try. I guess everybody is trying to, in a way,
I think
to try to find a way that people don't forget us too fast, too quickly after we're gone. I guess it's human.
it's just a reminder to just kind of say yes and go after what you want to do, because it's just you're here for a brief moment. You might as well make the best of it, right?
Is there any other show that you've been acting in as an actress that you would like to mention here?
Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but but there's something cool that's coming out in May. So
Okay.
check back on my Instagram.
Okay, so check back the Instagram of Nicole in May, in a couple months, 2 3 months, to know what's going to happen. Do you know if you're going to be back on Superstore?
I don't know if I can say. So check on my Instagram.
Okay. Do you know if you're going to be back on Good Trouble?
Listen, tune in on the 17th and find out.
I will. I will. I have Hulu, so I'm gonna tune in on the 18th, actually, the day after.
Cool,
That's
cool.
gonna be fun. Okay, that's gonna be a private joke running from now on.
Yeah,
Check
that's
on Nicole Instagram to see what's
right.
happening in the world and the entertainment industry.
Yeah,
When I was living in Los Angeles, I had a drive almost every day, and I was going through several doors in front of several doors entrances of the Warner Brothers lot, and
mhm.
I used to drive almost every day in front of the parking lot where they shoot, where they film Superstore. And at some point, the first time, it felt like, is it a real store? And then no, it's not. But the fact that sometimes I mean, I'm a movie director, I know it's fake, I know it's a set, but I we were watching the show, fan of the show, with my wife, and we drove there, and is that super, can we go there? Can
Yeah,
we
that's
park?
how I felt the first time I rolled on that set. It's like it is being because it's on the back, it's on the Universal lot.
Yeah,
So you go in
yeah,
there, outside is just warehouse studio, and then you go in, you're like on this black, outside is just black tar. It's basically like you're in a parking lot, and then you roll in, and it's like you're transported. The set design is insane. It's amazing. Like real products on the shelves, price tags, barcodes. I mean,
yeah,
it is the world, the fluorescent lighting of the big box stores. You know what I mean? It's just,
yeah.
it's so cool. It looks
And
amazing.
they have these moments in the show, between scenes. They have this shots of random shoppers, random people doing groceries, and people always do the stupidest things possible. I mean, eating candles, or babies lost in the alleys, and this is so real. That show
I
is
know.
so much in tune with what's happening at Walmart. I mean,
They capture working in the customer and service environment so well. I mean,
yeah.
it's like spot on.
It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. What is so? I hope you're going to be able to talk about it. But is there one project you're working on that's going to be in the next future for you, that you are allowed to talk about?
Well, I'm like half allowed to talk about it, but I'll still mention.
Tough.
So I'm trying my hand at producing. This is my first producing
Good.
adventure. So I am working with Shayna Graya and my producing partner Rebecca Zoller, and we are producing a documentary. And we're going to take a look at women with disabilities and the incredible advocacy work they've been doing. And that's all I'm going to
Okay.
say, folks.
Okay, so that means no follow-up questions. Good. I got the message loud and clear.
We're going to blow your mind. It's going to be amazing. And I'm really happy to be a part
Oh,
of the project.
keep me posted. Maybe you're going to be back. Maybe we can talk about it. We're going to be happy to support it and to promote it.
Oh,
There was one question I wanted to ask you, and I forgot, but I'm going to do it anyway right now. How did you um, stay busy during COVID? Because all of my acting friends, all of my friends, actors, actresses, you took, guys, a big hit because of COVID, because all the casting rooms closed, and the industry took a kind of a lot of time, many months, to try to recreate new ways to do casting and use the Zoom and everything. How did you do to keep busy as an actress during these times?
yeah. In the beginning, I got really bummed out and sad. I'm like, oh God, everything just kind of seemed to grind to a halt. And obviously, everyone's health and safety is number one. I mean, that's priority
Sure.
comes first always. But I remember being like, how am I going to stay creative during all this? But I've definitely been writing a lot more, trying to
Okay.
expand my toolkit as an artist. So, and the producing project I told you about previously, that came out of quarantine.
Makes
And
sense.
keeping up with programs. So I've definitely definitely watched a lot of TV and movies. Okay. But also reading the trades, following up on Variety, emailing people, really still trying to keep the network going, because we're all going through the same thing.
Yeah.
And then, I've been very lucky to have worked as an actor through the pandemic as well, which, by the way, is extremely COVID safe. I mean, you're tested like a million times before you even roll on the set. So, and then a lot of, as you know, all the auditions have gone to self-tape. So I've really expanded my toolkit and perfecting that. I got, I set up my little studio here, and I'm the camera person, the editor, the lighter, the lighting person, and the actor, So I've really expanded that. And
learning new skills, and you're going to keep that set of skills, and you're going to be able to keep using it. So maybe it's going to turn into an advantage of some sorts in the near future. Just want to
sorry,
go ahead.
No, it's definitely helped. I really feel like I've expanded my toolkit, and my self-tape auditions have really leveled up. The production quality looks a lot better, so I'm very happy with that.
Gotcha. I had one follow-up question about the safety on set in times of COVID. Mm-hmm. I've seen pictures of the show, I think it's ABC show, The Rookie, and the actors are inside some plastic cubes to protect themselves from others. Did you see that?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. I mean, it's great. I feel so safe on set. I mean, everything. I mean, like I said, you're tested so many times, and the social distancing and the PPE, like everything is so well thought out. Yeah. And I've definitely seen those bubbles. I didn't have a little bubble in my circumstance, but I have a friend who had to eat his lunch in a little.
Yeah. That's funny. Do you imagine, I mean, in a couple of years, 5 years, 10 years, I'm curious to see if we're going to look back at 2020 and 2021 as an exception, or if we're going to look back and say, oh, that was just the beginning of the new era of something different. We can't know, but that's going to be funny to discover over the time.
Oh my gosh, I know. I think, some aspects of social distancing are going to be here to stay, like I like wearing a mask around a bunch of people because God knows,
Yeah, I've seen an interview about that, but that's not the topic of Spotlight. So we're not going to go over too many different things. Nicole, it's been really fun. I really loved it. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us on Spotlight, and I hope we're going to have the chance to discuss again. So in 2 days or 3 days, we're going to talk again about.
Thank you for having
about Good Trouble.
Festival. Love your show. Thank you for having me on. So I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much. Have a very good rest of your day, and talk to you soon.
Cool. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This was Spotlight episode number 9. So we have actors, we have directors, we have producers, we have people working in distribution. We are trying to have guests sharing their experience so they can tell you how it is for them in the industry right now. And so we can share tips and tricks and good practices so we can each other know how it's done, how we can do better, and how we can keep active in these challenging times. Things are not going to go back to normal right away. So we're going to keep doing this show, and we're going to keep inviting people who have experienced the good side of things so we can all learn how to do better and how to keep enjoying what we do and our job. Thank you so much. See you next week live on Spotlight. And in the meantime, if you want to submit to the Paris Art and Movie Awards, we are accepting submissions. Thank you. Bye-bye.